So today's video will be um it's kind of a different setup for me. So um you know if I have to move around a bit, just have some patience. But I did do a pre-shuffle for two cards that came out, and it was the Pleiadian activation. So I've just been sitting here with these cards and trying to, just understand what energy is giving off. So we have the Pleiadian activation, and also, like I said, the central sun, which is both of these cards are, leading towards something, but the Pleiadian activation is coming together, harmony in the heavens, and resolution. And the central sun is abundance, downloads, regeneration, and success. So it's like a very cool illustration on both of those cards. Gonna give you a little bit more detail, but it's just the artwork. So while I, get the information on these cards, just looking at the energy of the cards as well. So we have the Pleiadian activation, which, like I said, it's about harmony. And the Pleiadians are also known as like the seven sisters. The seven sisters. There's a lot of energy around that, but the constellation Taurus as well. So maybe just some energy in Taurus season. These bright blue luminous stars, which were formed like not even in the last 100 million years, are among the stars closest to the Earth and are the cluster most obvious to the naked eye. And it is for this reason that they have been connected to many spiritual traditions, just like throughout the ages, right? There's been like a gateway that is always talked about with the Pleiadian activation. So maybe you're just learning more about that, or if this is your first time hearing about it, consider this, some great information about this gateway that transports us to a space where we can witness the great coming together of the Pleiadians. So each and every single star within the cluster is representative of a nation of divine beings, and the Pleiadians are said to be human-like beings who honor the feminine and live in an advanced way that we on Earth could also experience, right? So I think that really goes hand in hand in letting you know about that abundance and success as well. When you're living in like a more feminine, advanced society, it's all about abundance and how pushing forward the collective and pushing forward individuals can, make more abundance for everybody. So nothing stale, nothing like competition wise. And if we were able to travel to the Pleiadians in the third dimensional world, we would not find these beings. However, but they have transcended like the physical state and operate on a higher vibration, right? So even if we went there, it would just be a vibration that you tune into. So you can do that here from the Earth, is what it's saying, right? So connect and find the Pleiadians in the night sky, or look at an image online, right? And you can just thank them like for showing you how to heal the patriarchal line, like in your family or just on the whole planet. Honor the feminine so that I can support a more balanced and evolved form of existence. So your message here is that this energy is coming together in peace and harmony, and you are blessed to receive this gateway because it's a powerful assurance, right? It's a powerful message of assurance and letting you know that whatever uncomfortable energy you are experiencing right now will soon be washed away. The Pleiadians are beings who live in like a complete honor of their planets and their people, and they acknowledge already experiencing the divine, they also know like the consequences of disrespecting others, and it's for this reason that um they no longer like challenge what's possible for them. So if you are being challenged by loved ones right now, aim to shift the dynamics of this relationship through a loving approach, and the lesson that you are facing at this time is an opportunity to like heal those wounds and just operate from a sense of mind of being above it, not being phased by um lower vibrations, since this is what the activation is all about. It's about getting in alignment with yourself, and not being affected by other people's harm, or anything of that nature, right? So that is like the message of that. It's kind of a feminine way of being, because you like really don't care what anybody else thinks about you, and we all have that feminine nature. So I think males are really tapping into this side of themselves as well, like not caring about what people say. Is like when you are in like a masculine means constraint in all of us, right? So the ability for us to do or not do something, and when you are in that sort of restraint in your masculine side, you are doing things that really are for the greater good of you. That's why you're not doing them or doing them, right? But it's also the reason why you may not act on your greater desires, right? So when we're looking at the central sun is our center of our solar system, our solar being the key word. All the planets orbit in, right? So we use this journey to measure our time, our space, and even our birthday. So you're measuring what's important to you, or you're like measuring doing or not doing something because of, oh well, it's not the right time. Have you ever said things like that? So this is talking about like a regeneration, something that gets you reinvigorated. The sun, right? The sun helps us connect with our journey and see how far we've come, and letting us know that it's just a way enough, right, to create the perfect conditions for Earth to become abundant. So I find it you know um very great how both of these cards mention this energy coming to Earth, coming to everybody, just that we're able to live more abundantly, and knowledge and things of that nature. So the sun is like that raw energy in Egypt, or the sun was also like Helios. It's Helios in Greece. So it's been known, obviously, very important throughout the cultures, because it is that vital energetic vortex in the physical realm, but on the spiritual realm, it's a portal of the divine light that we connect with through the inner universe, right? So it's a spiritual gateway representing the center of the multiverse, and a sacred energetic portal that irradiates the that like radiates, actually, but that infinite inspirational light. So it works on both levels on there, and that's why it has been infused in um like cultures all over. So maybe you're like sun gazing and things of that nature, disconnecting. So a good way to do that is to visualize yourself diving within until you find yourself arriving at a sun in the center of the galaxy of your being. Invite it to encode your frequency with regeneration energy, right? So that's another way to do it in activation. The message here is that the great central sun is shining brightly in your life and upon your desires, your dreams, your energy, right? Your whole world. And this is the time to regenerate. So you're definitely being invited to like peel off the old skins and reveal a sacred, more aligned you, because this is like what's making this time very exciting, right? And the central sun energy is just talking about your inner magnetic energy, and how it is all powerful, and it's opening you up to the light and supporting you as you express your own light in this lifetime. So, new ideas, new opportunities, and experiences are coming easily. So, a good exercise actually. I'll just tell you this just because I'm thinking about it. What I did for myself in the past as well. Vishen Lakiani. That may be, I know how to spell his first name. Vishen. You can look this up. It's called Experience, Goals, and Contribution. So it's like a goal setting method that really opens you up to a non superficial way, instead of doing like a smart goal, which is not really it's not a bad thing, but it's not very spiritual, it's not transcendent, it's not a real activation. You're like a more spiritual person, right? So you need something that's not just like logical reasoning and things of that nature, working in your different side of your brain. So just doing that may help you, just because it is a, like I said, that inner sun and the outer sun. So it's great to have logical goals as well, but always wanting to lead it to something bigger, because after you get everything, physically, and you have a lot of money, what's next? How can you make a contribution? So I think that system was great. So shout out to Vision for that. But you can find that in like his books and things, or just look it up on Google. But realizing that in order to go beyond your horizon, it is important for you to welcome energetic exchanges. Like when you help others, you let yourself be helped in return. And when you invest energy in products or projects, anything, you let energy be invested in yourself, right? So like the sun is like kissing perfectly the ripe soil. The seeds that you have planted are being encouraged to grow right now. So that is the pre-shuffle activation that you got. Um, Let me know if you resonated with that. Do that. You can do that by subscribing, hitting that thumbs up button, since I didn't say it before. But let's go ahead and hello in the chat. Let's go ahead and get into the reading. Okay. So I'm going to shuffle the tarot deck. At the bottom of the tarot deck is the Nine of Pentacles. Speaking of abundance, right? That central sun. So let's shuffle. Let me know if you can hear the shuffle as well. So the card that popped out first is the High Priestess card. The High Priestess card. The High Priestess is the major arcana in the deck. It's also having the number 2 on there, which is like the symbol. It's kind of that energy that anybody talks about, right? With the two sides of your brain, the two sides of yourself, light and dark. So it's very deep with just symbology, letting you know that there's more to you, subconscious, unconscious, things things of that nature, right? Wisdom, intuition, mystery, magic, serenity, all of these things like sacred knowledge, the Akashic, right? Records, anything like that. It has to do with the high priestess because it's like the gatekeeper of the deep mysteries, right? And the hidden truths. And this has also been symbolized. Like, I love to talk about all the different cultures that come up with their own version of this. So, Isis, Persephone. I did a reading that actually had her come out yesterday. Um, it's private on the channel now. I hopefully will make it public later today. But Artemis, Mary, Hathor, and that's all of the some of the embodiments of the initiates and goddesses of the ages that have the high priestess energy. So this is talking about just inherited wisdom from the divine feminine, and you can kind of see she holds this energy in her hand. Obviously she's sitting on her throne, but she's holding something in her hand, and that's the key thing, energy, the wisdom, the activation. So the high priestess is a reminder that we each contain within us the wisdom that we seek. So all of us have that, right? That deep wisdom, no matter how it's symbolized. And it's also telling you, if you're, more masculine, that listen to that energy within you, that woman within you. It always refers to that in that energy, even though you can symbolize it as anything. I've seen, icebergs being symbolized as the consciousness that we're speaking about, right? So this card is the number 2 and is representing strong duality and internal strength in comparison with like a more extroverted energy, right? So the previous card is like the magician, which is extroverted, and that's the one that like goes out and does, and gets a lot of prop for having a lot of skill, and that's how you may seem to the world. But underneath that is the number 2, which is the high priestess, which takes a lot of wisdom and intuition in order to be the person that gets things on the outside. So it's 2 perceptions of you that's happening, right? So this is highlighting a reclaiming of just your personal power, and when you are your own intuitive foresight, like, it helps you navigate throughout any challenges that you may have, and it can mark an understanding of your highest purpose. So it's all about setting a balance between your physical and spiritual selves. So this is a very good card. Also, with this card is also talking about the moon, and the gemstones that you may want to look at is kyanite, lapis lazuli, and moonstone. So it's part of the activation. Great, let's get some more cards. So we have the Emperor, another major arcana card, right? So the Emperor card is actually number not very far in the top from that deck, because it has a flip of this card, which is the Empress and not the High Priestess. But it does have its own energy separate from that. But yeah, it's the number 5 in the deck, and it's all about what action that you're taking. So when we're talking about, even though, so I would say the High Priestess flip is the magician, like I talked about, but the Emperor flip is the Empress, right? But these two can go together. Just talking about your light and dark side, your ability to take authority over your life, and that's a spiritual authority, and also a real discipline that you have to put out in the actual world to get things done, right? So this is about action, success, authority, balance. Again, we're talking about balance, structure. So this is the more structured side of the feminine that's there. begin with the Emperor. So, this card points to being able to strategize and plan ahead, perhaps in the guise of time management and structured routines and responsibilities. So, the Emperor is encouraging you to take stock of your mind and the powers of discernment. So, if you're experiencing stress due to external influences in your life, now may be a good time to focus on the task ahead and reassess how you are processing your thoughts. So, sometimes, very often we are in our minds and we're kind of buzzing it around with clutter and the external world. You're like having to do things, so it can be draining on your energy. So, the Emperor is also asking you to step back and look at the other side of who you are and take your power back, your internal power. High Priestess, right? So from here, we can begin to create order out of chaos and be systematic with our plan of attack. So now is the time to definitely be a strategic thinker in order to get things done. So with all of the talk of, matriarchal lines and energetics and, we talk about, activations and everything of that nature, but it's also, there comes a time where we all have to do something, right? So it's not just about the energy that you feel, it's the will that you have in order to, apply action in order to get the success that you desire. So, okay, let's get two more. All right, I'll pop right out for you is the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, yeah. That's like the last one. So we're at the front of the deck, right? This is the last one, the absolute last one in the deck. So it kind of symbolizes a whole journey that you go through. So even though we expect like the beginning of a journey and the end of a journey, it kind of feels hard to qualify or quantify what they will look like. So often when we are too energetic, we may be thinking of, energetically what it's going to look like when we accomplish the things that we, seek out. But the Emperor has to think about what I need to do today as well. So the Knight of Crystal or the Knight of Pentacles or crystals, it's symbolizing that energy, which there's a lot of energy in like crystals and pentacles. So it's a symbol of, what you what you turn your money into. So you don't just get money to hoard it. You turn it into something else that has a lot of frequency and energy or helps you in some sort of way. So the Knight of Pentacles is about being hardworking, conservative, detail oriented, and even like stubborn, because you're wanting to get the things that you want done. So you're very diligent in making sure that you're taking action every day. So this is that energy as well. The King of Pentacles is that symbol of you actually accomplished something, right? The King is like that person who was savvy enough and thinking ahead long enough, maybe even like thinking about your family or whatever to be supportive in the future. But whatever it is, you took a look into your future with a clear vision and you made a decision to move forward with self-discipline and determination. So, when you're at the end of your, I say end, but as long as we're alive, we're changing, right? So even when you're older, you'll want to, reinvent yourself possibly. So by that point, when you're firmly sitting and understanding like everybody who has come out today has a throne, even when it's different cards, there's a throne there. So when you're that throne of your life, you know that there's nothing that you cannot accomplish. And this card is to remind you to stay attentive to detail and be, open to new wisdom, new opportunities, things of that nature. Um, yeah, there's definitely, like I said, an energy to, you know, connect with your dreams, in a metaphysical or, spiritual way, but also wake up from your dreams and get up and accomplish the things that you set out to achieve. So, um, what this reading is all about, what it's all about, balancing yourself as well. Okay, let's get one more. Let's get one more card. I went to shuffle and it like popped out on me, so there we go. Seven of Pentacles. Seven crystals. So not only are you, getting on that throne in your life, you're like seeing abundance, right? When you finally step up and be, who you always were, or you're just open to digging it out. So I think the premise of this is like, not only do you, of course, you have to think, but you have to do. So there's a lot of, obviously, there's always a lot of talk of what our mind can do for us, and how, even like I mentioned before, using like visions system to create goals for yourself, it is very helpful. But there are actionable things that you will have to do. Setting up a website that people can actually reach you at, or just having a way, having a channel that the abundance can reach you. So while we're talking about how abundance is going to be flowing, and the divine feminine is helping people who just on earth to activate this energy, you have to think about what are the channels. Seven channels, like the seven pentacles, right? What are the ways that people can reach you to actually give you abundance? So is it multiple business? Is it just even if you are accepting things just through PayPal or Cash App, or just having multiple ways that people can actually pay you for something, or donate to you. So it's not just about the anticipation or contemplation of it all, or the visions and the intuition that you have been having. It's always a sign of seven crystals. It's like you're in a state of meditation and spiritual truth, because you know that you've done the work. So it's a different level that you sit at when even Bob Proctor, he talks about having just multiple streams of income. So someone who is wise, like the King of Pentacles, knows that it's better to have these things set up. So like I said, when the funnels, when the things start streaming in, there are places that it can go. Obviously, it's like having multiple bank accounts. People can't pay you if you don't, you can't cash a check if you don't have that way to, hold that frequency, right? So this indicates like a new perspective relating to your life goals, and it could be that you feel as though you have worked very hard but have yet to reap the rewards. But now is not the time to give up. So if you're feeling stuck at the moment, take some time to just review your next steps. So there's always something that you can shift, and if it's not energetically, you have to think it must be your priorities. Shift your priorities, or shift the things that you are doing daily. And maybe you just have learned more than you thought possible along the way, and you have shifted your priorities unexpectedly. So now you have to shift your actions to up the ante on what you have learned about yourself, and about any skill that you have been tilling away at. The Seven of Pentacles goes right next to the Eight of Pentacles, which is the next card to flip from this. So it's like the Eight of Pentacles is clearly someone who is a hard worker at whatever you've been trying and doing, but that's just another way to look at your life and think of everything that you have accomplished and all that you're grateful for. So this phase is simply like a pause along your journey. So recognizing those pauses, even though you are already sitting on your throne and having these King of Pentacles moments of just next level wealth, and thinking about the King of Pentacles is also like family oriented. So doing things so that your lineage can benefit, or just the lineage of the earth in some sort of way, right? So let's go ahead and let's get a wisdom. Wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. Okay, let's shuffle. Okay, we have serendipity. Serendipity, the number 18. Keep shuffling this. Okay. So the card serendipity is all about, spontaneous alignments happening for you. So, I don't think that you can actually quantify as the intuition side. Like you may have the thought to go here or go there, but it's the GPS side of you, the more logical side of you, that is actually, structuring out the energy that you will actually need to take. So, I actually was just learning this morning about limitations. The limitation that is placed on you in your mind. It's kind of like a dog on a leash, and a dog on a leash. In order to get it off of one thing or onto another thing, you have to distract it, or get the thing that is bothering it out of the room, right? So that's how a dog is. And I don't know, I just thought about that with the serendipity. It's like, the opportunities that are aligned, that are coming in, that are ready. Your awareness of this is just like about, being aware of synchronicity, luck, and good fortune. And it'll appear to you as signs and symbols and just magical events. And like I said, like the alignment of events. So you definitely stepped into alignment with the greater good, where your dreams and the collective dream of just abundance overall resonate in exquisite harmony. Now is the time for luck and preparation. So to meet and create miracles that you could never have planned all by yourself, right? So keep in mind that you are now a channel. Oh my gosh, I was just talking about, right? Just a channel of streams of abundance. So the channels through how things can get to you. But keep in mind that you are now a channel for providence, right? And as a higher energy uses you as a force on behalf of the whole world. So your good and the highest good is in codes basically with each other, and they are, manifesting for not just your good and you getting rich and just about me, and give me, and all about yourself. But whatever you're doing, it is, if you're just making just right, making people healthier in a holistic way, or making them more successful, which helps everybody and helps thousands of people. Your service to the world is being supported at this time, right? So expect whatever the unexpected, expect the unexpected is, and smile, because this energy loves you that much to, I think about that growth creation type of energy where, spirit is divinely orchestrating something in our life, events in our life specifically to us. So it's like I can't describe to you what prosperity exactly you experience, because only the divine knows. And it's kind of like the energy of the intuition and the high priestess and the emperor card of, having the intuition and the will to go towards something, but not knowing exactly how it'll be all done. So just knowing that you are in the right place at the right time. Be grateful for the stars that are aligning in your life and in your favor. And just know that fortune is smiling upon you. So victory and success are yours. The choices you have made in the past have prepared you for the opportunities that you are getting right now that are before you. So this is your lucky